Hello guys, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. My name is James, and today we're going to go ahead and sit down and talk to you guys about Reading's 1-0 defeat away to Cambridge. The curse continues for Reading, as that's now one win in 21 games away from home, and that's no wins away from home in 17 now. Look, it's poor again, and I really did think the performance showed that today as well. I thought Cambridge were the much better side in my opinion. Look, I just thought Reading were the worst of the two teams today. Don't get me wrong, we did have our chances, but I feel like Cambridge had the more chances themselves, if that makes sense. More possession went to Reading, but again, better chances were on the side of Cambridge. Again, in a different bit of a spot today, we're in a Premier Inn once again. I want to say thank you to my missus for holding the camera, and yeah, so little bit of a different one again. Listen, if I'm looking down again, it's because again not got everything that we need for the normal setup, so obviously going to be going off my phone. But it was a Fejeri Okenabire goal in the 83rd minute as he came off the bench to score for Cambridge. Sky Sports had a specific stat which kind of did shine to me. It was that is the fourth goal that Cambridge have scored from a substitute so far this season, and it really did just, to me, it showed the better depth that they've got, if that makes sense. It showed that obviously Reading are still reliant too much on this youth movement, and that maybe the youth movement isn't as great as we first thought it was going to be. Now, the starting lineup for Reading today went with David Button in goal. We had Amadou Mbengu and Matty Carson as the two right back and left back. Harley Dean played alongside Nelson Abbey in the centre of the defence. Charlie Savage and Sam Hutchinson in the midfield with Ben Elliott and Harvey Nibbs out wide. And finally we had Femi Aziz partnering Caelan Vickers up front. As we saw Kelvin Ehera-Batoman drop to the bench. Now, Ruben Celes said in a pre-game interview that the reason for dropping Ehera-Batoman was due to injury in midweek, and he was on a minutes restriction for this game. Now, in the first half, Cambridge almost scored from straight away. It was a good chance. It was for the striker. Now, apologies again if I'm a little bit slow here, but it was from Ademi, someone who we pointed out in the preview was going to be the danger man for Cambridge. Reading, though, did have their chances in the first half. Caelan Vickers going close from a shot, and then the follow-up again was saved by Ben Elliott with the follow-up, and it was saved by goalkeeper Magnon. It was actually a step-in goalkeeper for Cambridge today. I think they mentioned he was the backup goalkeeper, did the reporters on Sky. But to me, he had a very good game. Now, in the second half, Reading again had their chances. Ehera-Batoman came off the bench and went close again. I thought he was Reading's best player. As soon as the subs were made, I felt like the game started to make a little bit of a turn, and Reading started to make them chances. Ehera-Batoman again being very, very vital in that bit. But the Cambridge goal came in the 83rd minute, and it was a little bit of a sloppy goal in my opinion from back to front. Clinton Mola completely being outdone for pace. That was done by the winger. I do think it was Lancaster, who in my opinion was arguably the man of the match for Cambridge today. He completely got by him without even having to really put on the afterburners. Gets by him with ease, puts the ball in the box. Defenders nowhere to be seen. Unfortunately, it's the midfielders that should be tracking back. Were they tracking back? No. And the goal was scored by Okenabire. Now, Reading did have another chance late on to score. Harvey Nibbs having a shot from 4 yards out, not on target. It hits the crossbar. Does it bounce in? No, it bounces on the line. And unfortunately for Reading, it doesn't hit the back of the net. 1,151 away fans making the trip today. Fair play to everyone that went. And yeah, it was just unfortunate that Reading weren't able to come out of anything. But I don't think we deserved it, if I'm being completely honest. I thought it was a poor performance all round. What does this mean? It means that now Reading are going to be sitting in 18th position. No game next week as well. Obviously the Bristol Rovers game. Arguably we needed the Bristol Rovers game. We needed the home support. We needed a kind of a game before we go ahead and play Bolton as the next fixture, which it's always going to be difficult. They're second place, riding high promotion favourites, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. We did say though that obviously the start of this season is going to be hard, and it's the second half of the season that's going to be where Reading really start to push it on. But judging by today's performance, I thought it was poor. I really did think it was poor from Reading. But look, we can't sit here and just slate them and say, sell us out. But look, it's hard. It weren't a good performance. And yeah, hold my hands up and say fair play to Cambridge. It's going to be it for this video though, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Apologies again, a different setup, and again, just a bit sad really, wasn't it? Reading got beat, didn't play well. It's like 17 games on the trot now without a win away from home. Doesn't read good, does it? Anyway, that's going to be it for this one though, guys. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been James, and we'll see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.